shuffle if you like. We always start early.
I know we do.
And then we have an all
That was our full house this morning.
We were overcrowded.
I love it though, standing room only. Great energy. Still like, but it's nice. It feels better with the full room. We have more students since graduation.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for programs located at our Prince of Wales campus and our Georgetown Center. Could I ask you to please rise to welcome our graduates? Graduates, could I ask you to stand as Jonathan McKeegan, a music performance graduate today, will come to the stage and lead us in the singing of O Canada.
Check. Awesome. O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Please be seated. Could I ask you to join me in expressing our appreciation for Jonathan and for the PEI Regiment Band under the direction of Rory O'Donnell for the beautiful music they have provided today. My name is Donna Sutton. I'm the registrar here at the college, and I am very pleased to be celebrating here with you today. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to you, graduates, to your families, and to your friends. Joining me on stage this afternoon, to my immediate right, is Kevin Whitrow, member of the Holland College Board of Governors. Our guest speaker, comedian, author, and former faculty member Patrick Ledwell, and Dr. Brian McMillan, president of Holland College. Please join me in welcoming our special guests. And on behalf of the board, please welcome Kevin Whitrow to bring opening remarks.
Your Honor, platform guests, graduates, staff, parents, friends and family of the graduates. It's a pleasure to greet you this afternoon on behalf of the Holland College Board of Governors and to bring you best wishes on behalf of the board in your next steps after graduation. We are celebrating success today. A very short time ago, you made a decision and a commitment to start your program. Then you made a commitment to finish. And today is the opportunity for us to celebrate with you and to enjoy all that's been accomplished. We know that there's been challenges along the way, and we know you've risen to them, and you will continue to do that. It's also an opportunity to welcome you to the Holland College alumni. As you take this next step, you join a very distinguished group of people who have graduated before you, who now go on to contribute and learn and travel along with the Holland College students for the next generation. So welcome, and thank you for coming all. Enjoy the ceremony.
Thank you, Kevin. I now have the pleasure of introducing to you our student speaker today. His name is Jason Scott McDougall, and he's graduating from our Heritage Retrofit Carpentry program. From Stanley Bridge, Jason graduated from Kensington Intermediate High in 1990 with honors and as class president. Having studied at both Dalhousie University and St. Mary's University, he received an Owning Your Own Business certificate from ACOA. Jason is also a professionally trained negotiator, skilled in labor relations, and he holds a certification in Six Sigma Green Belt for manufacturing operations. Jason comes by his love for woodworking honestly. Both of his grandfathers were carpenters, and his father a master carpenter. In 2011, Jason and his father built a 20-foot wooden boat, which was featured in Wooden Boat magazine. Jason has enjoyed the challenge this past year and enjoyed sharing his passion and knowledge of woodworking with those around him. Please join me in welcoming our student speaker, Jason McDougall.
I'm a little taller. Good afternoon, fellow graduates, faculty, trustees, invited guests, family, and friends. I would like to welcome you to the 2017 Prince of Wales Campus Afternoon Graduation. My name is Jason Scott McDougall, and today I am graduating from the Heritage Retrofit Carpentry Program. I am 44 years old, and I live in Stanley Bridge, Prince Edward Island, with my wife Beth of 24 years, our 10-year-old daughter Laura, and my pup Bella. Today I have just a few minutes to make a lasting impression on you before you leave this room and enter the real world. My hope is that by sharing my story, you will be inspired on your own life journey. The title of my speech is Skill versus Will, the Power of a Positive Attitude. If you look up the definition of luck in the dictionary, you will find it means success by chance. Sounds like the lottery to me, and if life were that easy, we would have all taken our tuition to the blackjack table. I can assure you that success by chance at a casino or lottery is a complex mathematical model geared in the favor of the corporations selling the dream. So how do we succeed? Well, I'd like to share with you the short version of the last 16 years of my career to illustrate the power of your attitude. In September of 2000, I walked into a large factory in central PEI that makes French fries. I needed a job really bad, and I was hired to grade potatoes. It was a position lower than a general laborer. A few months later, I got promoted to general laborer. And when I was finished the task, I looked for something else to do, shining equipment, whatever I could do, whatever I could find without having to be asked. I eventually learned how to run all the equipment in the plant, and 2 years after walking in the door, I was promoted to an entry-level supervisor. Over the next 10 years, I worked my way up to a site leader. I had full responsibility for $150 million of assets, and I had 140 unionized employees reporting to me. The next chapter involved taking specialized business training on how to land in a business that was struggling, take its pulse, and fix it in record time. The last 6 years, I spent learning the art of spending money in a highly successful, vertically integrated business model. They called it strategic procurement. I called it making every penny in a $500 million supply chain stand up and talk to you. It was a huge challenge, but I learned how to do it, and it's a skill I took with me for a year when I went to work for someone else. I proved to myself the training and experience I had was very valuable, and I could walk into a business and turn things around. So how did I go from being less than a laborer to a senior manager? In most cases, I landed in jobs that were way above my skill level, but I tipped the scales in my favor by having a will or an attitude that let everyone know around me, here I am, and I'm going to do this. Things like showing up early, asking for extra work, offering solutions instead of problems, and making my boss's life easier was the ticket to the top. My story is not unique, and I'm no better than anyone in this room. We all have potential. It's up to us as individuals to use it or not. I am here today to try to light a fire inside of you by telling you how I did it, and so can any one of you. You cannot wander aimlessly through life waiting for success at a slot machine. The world owes you nothing. You have to go out and get it. If you want to stand out in the pool of skilled labor we all just landed in, use your positive attitude to show those around you you aren't just putting in time. We had a whiteboard in our classroom this past year, and Josh and Trevor had the words engaged and on time wrote across the top. Some of the most valuable advice you can get isn't in a book. It's from experience, and we should all be humble in the workplace. Spend time talking with senior people in your chosen vocation, and don't just hear what they have to say, listen to them. There's a huge difference. In conclusion, I'd like to thank everyone at Holland College, Skills PEI, and Career Development Services. The decision for me to attend Holland College was a major life-changing one, and I could not have asked for a better experience. 10 months ago, when my job was vaporized, I felt like I was in a submarine 1,000 feet deep, and the lights had just gone out. Today, I feel like I've surfaced, and I know that whatever comes next, I can face it head-on with a new set of skills and renewed confidence. I will never forget my time here, and I will be forever indebted to those that helped me. And I want to make a point there. During the course of my career, I was chosen to be on an acquisition team twice, and we flew into small little towns in Canada and took a factory over that was basically depreciated to the end of its useful life. So for all intents and purposes, it was closed. A year later, fresh paint, and the lines were all sold out. So my point there is whoever's doing the hiring at a Holland College deserves a huge round of applause. Because without people inside a building to inspire you to be better, it's just a building. And the people that work here are fantastic. And that's just my point of view from being out in the world for a while. I want to thank my parents who are both here today. No matter how old we are, we still need our parents, and I'm thankful for their love and support. And I want to make a note there. My father and I built the boat. I got a plaque made, and it had a saying in it that said, and I made this up, so if you want to quote it, you're free to. The passing down of skills is the greatest gift one generation can give to the next. It brings many hands to work to accomplish greatness. And, you know, if you've got a parent out there, spend your time with them and learn. Whether it's carpentry or learning how to make mustard pickles, it's time well spent. And lastly, I want a huge thanks to my wife, Beth. Last July, when I was having one of those down days, she just held my hand and said, "Shit happens, and we'll get through it together. Sorry, Laura." I could never have found a more perfect partner for this journey, and I literally owe my life to her. In honor of her Irish heritage, I'd like to offer you this traditional Irish blessing. May your joys be as deep as the oceans, your troubles as light as its foam. May you find sweet peace of mind wherever you may roam. Congratulations to every one of you. Now let's graduate and have a well-deserved celebration.
Thank you, Jason. I think it takes great courage to come back to school as a mature student. It takes great courage to put your name forward to be student speaker, and you did a fine job inspiring us today. Thank you very much. I would now like to invite April Condon to the stage to introduce our guest speaker.
Hi guys. Patrick Ledwell is a quick-witted comedian with some special ties to Holland College. Before he pursued his career in the comedic arts, he was an instructor with the college for 6 years. I know that I'm very thankful that he chose to be a comedian because I was hired to fill his position. Patrick is known for studying his fellow Islanders and observing what makes us unique. He then helps explain some of our many quirks to people from away so they can better understand us. So in many ways, he is still an educator. Patrick has had multiple appearances on CBC's radio's The Debaters. He's a popular host and comedian at events across Canada, from the royal visit to Charlottetown to performing in Inuvik above the Arctic Circle. His first book, I Am Islander, is a Canadian bestseller, and his second book, An Islander Strikes Back, was released last year. You can also catch him during the summer when he performs with Mark Haynes in his hit PEI show, The Island Summer Review. Please join me in welcoming your guest speaker, Mr. Patrick Gledwell.
Graduates, parents, partners, and families, learning managers, members of the Holland College community and board, and friends. G'day. Congratulations to the graduates. I'm also a graduate of Holland College, just as a teacher. It was a tremendous and a life-changing experience for which I'm forever thankful, which is why I'm here today. My speech to you today is about growth. I call it lobsters, and how nothing is ever lost. See how this goes. Seeing that we're in Prince Edward Island, I assume that many of you have seen the inside of a lobster, safe assumption. Some of you are going to tuck into one, a couple of sea monsters for Mother's Day. Is that part of the plan? Sounds good. By the way, graduates, please thank your parents today. Thank both your parents, but especially your mothers. Let's have a round of applause for our mothers. Thank you. I'm a husband and I'm a father to a busy 4-year-old, and I'm a big believer at what these man-based organizations have to offer. We try our best. But if your mom goes away for 2 weeks, look at the houseplants. What happens? I'm just saying, thank your mothers. They notice things. So lobsters, there's tails, there's claws, the basic stuff. The body gets more involved. It's like somebody put tuna salad up a vacuum cleaner. It's harder to get through that area. I know that some of you go through lobsters like you're playing a forensic investigator on television. You get in there and you get every single bit. My father was part of this strange segment of the population. We'd be having lobster and he'd say to us, "Go up into the body, there's good eating up there." And I'd be more like, "No, Dad, nope. There's probably good eating in the compost bin behind the KFC, and I'm not going in there either, because I don't know what's going on." So I heard a wise person tell a story about lobsters and how they grow. And I'm going to credit the bare bones of this story to an individual called Dr. Abraham Twersky. He's a rabbi. He has a very long beard. He looks wiser than I do. I saw him on the YouTube. You might not care about how lobsters grow, except insofar as you'd like them to reach market size and then come over to your deck to get involved in a butter-based hot tub. But stick with me. We're going to talk about lobsters and how they grow. Lobsters are soft, flexible creatures, and they're stuck in a rigid, inflexible shell. That's the important part here. Lobster shells themselves do not grow. That shell never grows. It's hard, it's fixed. The lobster lives inside the hard shell and continues to grow until the point where its floppy body reaches maximum capacity. Just like that. They make that sound. Then the lobster feels pressure, like we do when we're trying to fit back into our high school pants. The lobster thinks, time to go grow me some adult pants, shell-wise. I gotta fix this situation. I'm gonna suggest that educational experiences, like the one that you've just successfully had at Holland College, are like those shells. We pour our flexible, shape-shifting, still growing selves into them for a while we grow. The environment, learning managers, fellow learners, and resources, it's created to help us grow. And the shell of being in school protects us while we do that. Think of the answer you've been given to people while you've been studying. You know, it's PEI. Everybody's up in your grill. What are you doing now? And you're like, oh, I'm at the college. I'm in welding. I'm in wildlife conservation. I'm in graphic design. The answer feels short and it feels safe. You can give it to people at a get-together. Do you go to get-togethers? It's like a party, except it's not fun. It's a get-together. People ask you questions at get-togethers. I don't know what you're saying, but when I was in school, what I was saying, when I said I'm in school, I was saying I'm figuring it out. I'm trying to take on a new shape, and it's a little mushy right now. Here's an answer for you. Step the heck off for roughly 2 years while I do my work. Talk to the shell, so to speak. I'm trying to take on a new form. There's nothing like a little old conversation in little old PEI, is there? Oh my goodness. People here can get right up into your compost bin within 3 seconds, like a curious raccoon. Oh, what are you up to? PEI stands for privacy ends immediately. Everybody wants an answer. It's quite a place. Watch out for people. I've gotten to occupy different educational shells over the years. In high school, I played the trumpet and thought I'd be going into music. The trumpet is a wonderful instrument, and for parents here today, it is also a great contraceptive because playing the trumpet prevents dates. I took 2 university degrees in English literature. Ooh, I can feel the intimidation in the room. As it turns out, not many people call you and offer money to fix their broken poems. That does not happen frequently. So I took another degree at Georgia Tech, trying to fuse together technology, education, and design. And that's what led me back to the island and the college, and I thought I was set for life. Ha ha, laughed life. Tell me another one. At each stage, I secretly felt kind of half-formed about what I was doing, but the shell of being in school helped shield that figuring out process, and I hope it has for you. So that lobster is always growing. Let's get back to the lobster. And it reaches the limit of what that fixed shell can hold. Just like you've reached the limit of your educational experience. You've grown, time to get going. Get out the back, Jack. Make a new plan, Stan. This is a tricky time. It's a stressful time, full of pressure and questions, because the lobster can't grow itself a new shell while it's occupying the old one. It has to shed the shell outright and wholesale, all at once. Or as the lobster puts it, I gotta molt. That's a lobster joke for those who are wildlife conservationists out there. The shellless lobster is extremely vulnerable during this time. It's easy prey for predatory fish. It's all eyes, antennas, and nerve endings. It has to scurry and hide down in its burrow under the rocks while it regenerates a new, harder shell. It takes a couple of weeks. The lobster sets its voicemail for a couple of weeks to, not a good time right now. Stay away from me. Trying to build again. As of tomorrow, I don't know, I can't speak for you, you may feel like a shellless lobster. You're a bit raw, you're a bit sensitive to the questions, you're a bit red-faced maybe, trying to figure it out. Your eyes will dart from side to side. Maybe you want to hide under a rock for a time or burrow into your parents' basement. I've been there. Not the easiest time in life. What I'm saying to you is, don't worry. That's natural. No person can transition immediately from one fully formed shell to another, whether that's a job, a new business, an articulated degree, whatever comes next for you. A lobster can't do it, and you are a far more complex, impressive organism than a lobster. A month can seem like forever when you're this exposed with all the questions nipping at you, jobs, loans, future. Just remember to breathe, recover, and have a look. Take this heightened opportunity to put your antenna up and reflect on the shape you next want to grow into. You may be in that shape for the next couple of years. Don't get backed into a dead-end tin can or a milk carton like some scared hermit crab to avoid the real stress of this time. It's stressful because you're growing. As the steam fitters here today will tell you, pressure can burst pipes, but it's also what creates diamonds. It does both. So take time to look around for them now in this moment. Just to wrap up, I have bad news and good news, lobster-wise. First, the bad news, so to speak. Lobsters have to do this molting several times during their lives. It's amazing, it's transformational, and it's dangerous every time they do it. And you're going to change many more times than just today. You're so not done, and there's difficulty and there's promise in that every single time. I had 6 years of learners travel the program path with me, and it's PEI, so I get to see them in their walks of life now, 10 years later. I've seen them start businesses, change jobs and careers, go back to school. I've hired them, I've worked for them. Once you get to know a person, it's amazing the transformations you can see them go through in just 10 years. We don't even know the shape that we ourselves are going to take on. It can seem exhausting to look at that, but the possibilities are also inexhaustible. Now the good news, to wrap up. Nothing's ever lost. I think that's the biggest single thing I've learned since my last graduation 17 years ago. You keep the shape of everything that you've been, and you just keep layering on in a way that's wonderful, and it's really magical. You're going to retain so much of the time that you've had at Holland College, even as other life arrives on top of that, grows over top, and reshapes things. There's going to be a paramedicine you, or a performing arts you, or a welding you, and it's going to beat at the core of who you are in whatever you go on to become across decades. Those who know you will always see it. There are times when I've looked at my life like it's an unassembled piece of IKEA furniture that arrived without instructions. It's just these random parts lying all out on the carpet. I never set out to do comedy to make a living. A middle-aged part-time comedian performing almost strictly in Canada's smallest province, that is a terrible plan. It's a terrible plan. It will leave you alone and with other issues. But I'm amazed at how everything circles back. For me, after a couple of years growing, it's the performing experience that right now pulls everything together for the time being. That might not be for many more years. I'm surprised as anyone. I play the trumpet, I write stories and lyrics, I design computer visuals, I scan people's eyes in the crowd to see if anything is making any sense. Just like that 6-year trial by fire teaching at the college, I was doing exactly that, looking at people, seeing if things were making sense, deciding what to do next. And it's just like I was planning the whole thing all along. Nothing you engage in fully ever gets lost. Life is what you get secretly equipped for while you're up front making your other big plans. If you could meet yourself 10 years from now, you'd be pleasantly surprised. Invite that imaginary person to your reception today. That's my hope for you. You're ready. You may feel exposed and vulnerable for a bit, but kick the shell out of it. Get out there. Grow for it. Congratulations, graduates. To you guys.
Thank you very much, Patrick.
Oh, you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Patrick. Good afternoon, lobsters. The college has many graduations over the course of each year. However, we award only one Governor General's Medal. Our 2017 Governor General Medals recipient is Jameson Piccone, a graduate of our Computer Information Systems program. Jameson, would you please join me on stage? Come, saddle up right next to me here. It gives me great pleasure to announce this year's recipient of the Governor General's Collegiate Bronze Medal. This medal is awarded to an outstanding graduate of a 2-year diploma program. Each department in the college may nominate one candidate for the award, a graduate who best exemplifies their occupational ideal. This year's recipient has clearly demonstrated his dedication and commitment to becoming an expert in his field. And while we are confident the career trajectory he has created during his 2 years at the college will ensure he will become a leader in the information technology sector. From the start of his studies in 2015, Jameson has been a dedicated and focused student. He has always been vigilant about attending and participating in class, but he also recognized that this is only part of the learning process and completed many practice activities and researched emerging technologies in order to develop his skills. Jameson managed to balance all of his commitments as a dedicated student with his responsibilities as the father of a young family, and still managed to work with other students to organize outings for his class. He seized upon the opportunities that were presented to him, including working on a project for the National Research Council on a partnership project between the Computer Information Systems Program and the Atlantic Police Academy. And he still found time to create a website for a Chinese-Canadian hockey program. He's been a role model for his fellow students, providing them with additional perspectives on concepts and encouraging them to step outside of the confines of their comfort zones to learn new technologies. Jameson's enthusiasm for his chosen field has been inspirational not only to other students, but to his instructors as well. We wish him all of the very best as he enters the information technology sector. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this year's Governor General Medal winner, Jameson Piccone. On behalf of our Lieutenant Governor, Frank H. Lewis, President Bryan will now present Jameson with his medal. Congratulations, Jameson, and thank you, President Bryan. Now, to the reason you are all here today, to receive your certificates and diplomas. For those of you in the audience, the credentials will be awarded in the order as presented in your program. President Bryan will present credentials to the graduates, and he'll be joined by program managers and faculty. For those of you in the audience, if you would like to come forward and take pictures of your graduate, I'd encourage you to use the side of the stage to my right. We begin with our Applied Science and Engineering Technology Department and our Architectural Technology program. And we begin with Robert Cheverie from Disable. John Jake Collings from Sturgeon. Jatley Jardine, Bloomfield Ridge, New Brunswick. Torben Laux, Tatamagouche, Nova Scotia. Allison Caroline McCausland, Summerside. Robert James Stavert, Charlottetown. Congratulations to the graduates of our Architectural Technology program. Next, we recognize graduates from our Construction Technology and Management program, and we begin with Chris Doucette from Hunter River. Duncan Hill, New Minas, Nova Scotia. Hayden Keddy, Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Bradley McDonald, Crapo. Adam McEachran, Bonshaw. Carter McClellan, Cardigan. Admir Salayevich, Stratford. Chek Yin To, Charlottetown. Jordan Weisner, Montague. Rungyung Ji Tin, Charlottetown. Congratulations to the graduates of our Construction Technology and Management program. To the lobster conservators, the Wildlife Conservation Technology program is next. And we begin with Haley Blackyere from Rustico. Lindsay Casey, Bridgewater, Nova Scotia. Silver Selena Sky Doherty, Chipman Brook, Nova Scotia. Ethan Ryan Doucette, Pleasant Valley, Nova Scotia. Vicki Johnson, Charlottetown. Danielle Jordan, Belleville, Ontario. Maria McIver, McPherson's Mills, Nova Scotia. Chet McLean, York. Fawn Micah, Havelock, New Brunswick. Tyler Joseph Power, Mermaid. Shauna Sands, St. John, New Brunswick. Congratulations to the graduates of the Wildlife Conservation Technology program. The next graduates are from our School of Visual Arts and Journalism, and we begin with our Fundamental Arts program. Olivia Howlett, Cardigan. Katie Couts, Mayfield. Chris Mullins, Charlottetown. Paige Murphy, Charlottetown. Jane Norrie, Argyle Shore. Chase Petcow, Charlottetown. Bree Lee Tutty, Charlottetown. Andrew Ward, Cornwall. Congratulations to the graduates of our Fundamental Arts program. Graphic design is the next program to be recognized. Joshua Allen, Charlottetown. Leslie Creed, Montague. William Gallant, Charlottetown. Selena Kemp, Freeport, Bahamas. Daniel McDonald, Stratford. Kane McPherson, Montague. Vanessa Nevdashenko, Kiev, Ukraine. Eric Ochea, Kampala, Uganda. Tim Rees, Kentville, Nova Scotia. Aidan Michael Searle, Charlottetown. Sky Wiley, Charlottetown. Congratulations to the graduates of our graphic design program. Journalism is our next program to be recognized, beginning with Brenly Brothers from Cardigan. Evan James Soretti, Charlottetown. Darcy Allen Cudmore. Carson DeVoe, Surrey. Jason Ginter, Nassau, Bahamas. You'd never know there was anyone from the Bahamas here. Kyle LaRusick, Charlottetown. Cody McEachran, Freetown. Millicent McKay, Summerside. Latrey Sweeting, Nassau, Bahamas. Congratulations to the graduates of our journalism program. Photography and digital imaging. And we begin with Dawn Blakeney from Charlottetown. Claire Carter, Alexandra. Laura Higgins, Kensington. Jenna McFarland, Hampton. Stephanie Mackin, St. John, New Brunswick. Catherine Woods, Mount Stewart. Mark Zakem, Charlottetown. Congratulations to the graduates of our photography and digital imaging program. Video game, art, and animation. Jonathan Affleck, Charlottetown. Manuel Bueno, Stratford. Brianne Estenson, Bonshaw. Vanessa Hennessy, Cornwall. Jeff MacArthur, Charlottetown. Irene Faith McLennan, Charlottetown. Michelle Louise McIver, Charlottetown. Laura Morell, Charlottetown. Nite Schwartz, Charlottetown. Kristen Tate, Cornwall. Marsha Wall, Kensington. Jacquelina Kathleen Weegers, Charlottetown. Ryan Wilson, Mermaid. Congratulations, video game, art, and animation graduates. Our Computer Information Systems Charlottetown location, we begin with Patrick Edward Campbell from Charlottetown. Jason Chevrier from Oshawa, Ontario. Kyle Creamer, Charlottetown. Dylan Gallant, Elmsdale. Sylvia Gigova, Stratford. Elkino Jones, Nassau, Bahamas. Been a long time since I've heard a kazoo. Kelly Kay, Charlottetown. Major McGregor, Summerside. Audrey Matheson, Milton Station. Nicholas Matheson, Charlottetown. Our Governor General Medal winner, Jameson Piccone from Cornwall. Patrick, also known as Patch Smith from Summerside. Ting Xian, Charlottetown. From our Summerside location, Shane Arsenault, Summerside. Michael Creelman, Summerside. Benjamin Marchbank, Summerside. Mackenzie Stephen Marchbank, Summerside. Heather Watterson, Summerside. Congratulations to our Computer Information Systems graduates. Moving to our Health and Community Studies Department, our Primary Care Paramedicine Program. Patrick Andrew Arsenault from Surrey. Aidan Balagnase, Woodburn, Nova Scotia. Deanna Bolzanello, Toronto, Ontario. Michael Callahan, Charlottetown. Kyle Clow, O'Leary. Christian Kraus, Bridgewater, Nova Scotia. Hannah Goodbody, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Elysia Dawn Hickox, Charlottetown. Reese Eric Corber, Upper Tantallon, Nova Scotia. Greg McAdam, Morel. Joseph Marshall, Ennismore, Ontario. Nathaniel Mason, Charlottetown. Alexander Edward Mizier Barr, Sydney, Nova Scotia. Sheldon Moores, St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador. Emily Lita Thompson, Kentville, Nova Scotia. Travis Totten, Truro, Nova Scotia. Haley Wallace, Antigonish, Nova Scotia. Rebecca Woods, Summerside. Shane Young, Harcourt, New Brunswick. Congratulations to our primary care paramedics. We move to our School of Performing Arts and begin with our dance performance program, Madison Bernard, Cumberland. Megan Broom, East Biddeford. Martha Day, Bonshaw. Samantha Lasher, Belleville, Ontario. Jordan Morell, New Glasgow, Nova Scotia. Isabel Gavin Saunders, Charlottetown. Michaela Seaman, St. John, New Brunswick. Under our music performance umbrella, Alec Nathaniel Best from Westfield, Massachusetts. Jonathan McKeegan, Halifax, Nova Scotia. Anya Smith, Murray River. Under our Performing Arts Foundation umbrella, Marika Osa from Hyogo, Japan. And under Theater Performance, Lemuel Bain, Freeport, Bahamas. While I get a chance, Tyler Gallant, Elmsdale. Jillian Gallivan, Charlottetown. Daniel Lutz, Berwick, Nova Scotia. Eden McFadden, Charlottetown. Hannah Ocean Morgan, Truro, Nova Scotia. Jason Arthur Nicholson, Summerside. Congratulations to all of the graduates in our School of Performing Arts. We now move to our Georgetown Center under Trades and Industrial Technology, and we begin with our plumbing program. Jack Joseph Cudmore, North Milton. Jamie Cudmore, Charlottetown. George Dixon, New Haven. The winner of a new car this year for her effort in her program, Sarah Duncan from Charlottetown. Daniel Grant, Cardigan. Brian Hickox, Breadalbane. Michael Hoy, Surrey. Tyler Jenkins, Charlottetown. Caleb McDonald, Ellerslie. Ross McDonald, Morel. Tyler McLaren, Mount Stewart. Jarrett McCrae, Summerside. Everett James McQuaid, Trackety Cross. Evan O'Brien, Cardigan. Bradley Albert Taylor, Montague. Bradley Richard Joseph Vale, Hunter River. Lacey M. Voss, Stratford. Adam Willoughby, Charlottetown. Congratulations to the graduates of our plumbing program. Also located in Georgetown is our steam fitting and pipe fitting program, and we recognize Ivan Barnett from Freeport, Bahamas. Michael Dwayne Hood from Stratford. Congratulations to the steam fitting and pipe fitting graduates. Our welding fabrication program is recognized next, and we begin with Daniel Adams from Charlottetown. Jesse Campbell, Orwell. Tristan Campbell, Miscush. Christopher Chason, Summerside. Brandon Cock, Pictou, Nova Scotia. Evan Dickey, Charlottetown. Mark Doyle, Mount Stewart. James Duffy, Stratford. Riley Dunphy, Little York. Kier Lovato Forbes, Freeport, Bahamas. Stephen Goody, Glenfinnan. Travis Glover, Kensington. Drew Thomas Hinks, Montague. Jordan Irving, Murray River. Bruce Jadis, Charlottetown. Roman Alexander Kazuki, Wolfville, Nova Scotia. Matthew Richard Locke, Cornwall. Stephen Gregory Miller, Charlottetown. Will Perron, Charlottetown. Samuel Ross, Belfast. Chris Stevenson, Cornwall. Ryan Raymond Traynor, Mount Stewart. Carter Wood, Vernon Bridge. Bradley Vukocevic, Cornwall. Congratulations to the graduates of our welding fabrication program. We move to programs located on our Prince of Wales campus, Energy Systems Engineering Technology. And we begin with Laurice K. Al-Kabalan from Winslow. Tim Grandjean, Clyde River. Michael Joseph Donovan Pino from Rice Point. Matthew Sentner from Greenvale. Jorgen Strom from Summerside. Congratulations to our Energy Systems Engineering Technology program. Also located on our Prince of Wales campus, the Heritage Retrofit Carpentry program, and we begin with Zachary Bernard from Charlottetown. Trinity Burdine from Reading, Pennsylvania. Laura Diamond from Charlottetown. Amy Lounder from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Sydney Lee McDonald, Charlottetown. Our student speaker today, Jason Scott McDougall from Stanley Bridge. Stephen McEwen, Morel. Jenna Lee McNeil, Charlottetown. Lindsay Ramsey, Kensington. David Joseph Harry Redmond, Charlottetown. Noah Savari, Truro, Nova Scotia. Tracy Scallion Moore, Middle Sackville, Nova Scotia. Irene Christiane Westerkamp from Charlottetown. Jarrett Zakarko, Etobicoke, Ontario. Congratulations to our Heritage Retrofit Carpentry students. As is customary, I would like to ask our graduates to please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our class of 2017. Congratulations, graduates. You can be seated for just a few more moments. Before we close the formal part of our celebrations, I would like to ask President Bryan to come forward and bring you his own personal greetings.
Thank you very much, Donna. Well, first of all, platform guests, college staff, friends and family members of the graduates, and of course our very, very special guests, the graduates. Let's hear it for the graduates again, one more time. On behalf of the entire Holland College community, though, we do want to extend an extremely warm welcome to everybody who made the commitment to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of your loved ones, family members, and whatnot, so that these graduates would leave and be launched on a very positive and high note. And it's thrilling to see this room is filled, and I think that speaks to the commitment and the support for our graduates. So that's quite inspiring for everyone. Question: is there anybody here from the Bahamas? Oh, okay. I thought so. I just wondered. Anyway, love the spirit of our friends from the Bahamas. Yeah, I gotta love that. Okay. Speaking of spirit, I think that most of you would agree, or I'm going to find out in a minute. Would you not think that this was a pretty special graduation day today with all the things that happened? Unbiased, but it's pretty good, yeah? You know, we started off with our regiment band, and then we had Jonathan sing "O Canada," and then from there, Jason came up as our student speaker, did a terrific job of talking to us about the importance of attitude, which gives us all altitude, as they say. And of course, Patrick, very charismatic presentation. I think everybody that, Lester the Lobster, I think anybody having lobster tomorrow is going to get a flashback to this graduation. But thank you for doing that. And by the way, and not to threaten any of our staff here, because I heard somebody say, geez, I'm glad you went, Patrick, because I got a job. But there's always room for great instructors. So if you ever want to come back and teach, guest teacher, we'd love to have you. So thank you for that. Okay, yeah, let's share it for you. Another extremely important element to today's graduation going seamlessly, smoothly, as far as everybody getting the right credentials and things working in a very timely way. And Donna Sutton, our registrar, thank you to you and your team, Donna, for doing all of that. All right. Got to move this along because I'm between you and your family, probably a cold beverage and something to eat. So we'll move this right along. So I do want to make a couple of comments here. And the first is, as we know, graduations do give us an pass with an eye to the future. And I'm sure, as we heard today, many of you are sitting there with, maybe a little bit of, kind of wonder, trepidation. But that's superseded by, of course, the feelings of excitement and optimism that you must be feeling, because all of you are on a path to future success. And I feel very confident that your future will be a very bright and positive one. And there's a couple of reasons why I say that, and Jason did comment on this as well. The importance of having family around you, friends, uncles, aunts, folks that'll just give you a little boost when you have that, maybe a minor sense of doubt. So I'd like the graduates to join me in congratulating all their parents, friends, family members, wives, spouses, whatever. Can we just thank them right now for helping you? And on the instructional side, I think the graduates would also agree that you likely may not have made it, or at least you wouldn't have made it maybe with such ease. It's the quality of the staff here at the college, and I'm referring to our faculty, but I'm also referring to our lab technicians, I'm referring to our counselors, I'm referring to the cleaners, everyone that made your experience here much more positive. So just join me in thanking them for you having this great day. Love it. And the other quick comment is that we know that you received great technical skills training, whether it's paramedicine, plumbing, what trades, performing arts, visual arts, and that's really important for you to have success, and that's why you have that credential. But the other experience I think that you had here, which is going to really allow you to excel and be a leader and to get a job, are those soft skills. That's why they have an interview when you have a job, because when you hold up your credential, they say, okay, yeah, right, we know you're a paramedic, you know this, but what they're really looking for are those really important soft skills of being able to, good communication skills, the ability to work as a team member, the ability to deal with adversity, the ability to be self-directed. All of those skills are really important, and they're the ones that I'm sure were modeled for you and demonstrated during some of your clinical placements on a job training or things that took place in your classroom. And that's one of the things that I think we can take great pride in, and why we probably have a 92-3% placement rate. So to our staff and to the students, that's really reassuring for me to know that you have that foundation for future success. So on that note, and letting you get to the bigger celebration I'm sure that awaits you. So while today is a time for you to celebrate and your recent accomplishments, I just want to leave you with a few words of advice. No one can do everything, but everyone can do something. What you do depends on you. So I want to invite the graduates to go out there and think about making a difference, because you're well prepared to accomplish whatever you wish to accomplish. And whether you want to make a difference in your community, whether you want to make a difference in your occupational field, or it could even be on the world stage, who knows? The key to all of this is that everyone that's here today knows that you as a graduate can accomplish whatever you want to do, or you wouldn't be graduating here. Everybody here believes in you. They have confidence in you. So go out there, build your castles, keep safe, good luck, and please stay in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, this completes the formal portion of our exercises today. Thank you very much for joining us, and I invite you to continue the celebrations in the room directly behind us, where there will be a reception. And lastly, graduates, as you exit the building today, the alumni station has some treats for you, so to be sure to pick up a treat. Guests, I'd ask you to rise for the departure of our platform guests, followed by our graduates. Congratulations, and thank you for coming.